How's it going, guys? This is Shane with the Blue Water Battle Circuit. This will be a video, or kind of video we'll be posting every Friday or Saturday morning, depends on how productive of a person I am. Um, this will be where, if a transaction happens, like a trade between another team or a free agency pickup, will be announced here. And then if there's not a lot of content, we are also doing power rankings, just so there's more than, a 30-second video if not much happens. Just for FYI, the threes at the bottom are the free agent points, and then the number underneath is the power ranking I gave the teams, and then this huge number underneath is I took the time to add up the base stats of every team, and that's the number that every team added up to. I do want to point out that there is actually no bad team in the league. So even if you did draft, if you are ranked number 12, your team is still very good, or somewhere near the bottom. Since we're a 12-team draft, if you have like a 16 or 20 team league, a lot of the good stuff gets picked up quicker than you would like. Where if you're in a smaller, like 12 to 8, some stuff lingers around and some good stuff doesn't even get drafted. So, I'll start off with Zell in the Golden State Wobbuffets, who is ranked 12th. I don't think his team is bad by any means. It's just if you compare it to the other teams, it's just not as threatening. He has a solid Fire, Water, Grass core. Mega Gardevoir is a very good Mega. Dragonite's very solid as an OU pick. Drapion's a really good RU pick. Sandslash as a Rapid Spinner and Stealth Rocker isn't that bad. Just if you compare to the other teams, it just doesn't stack up to the rest of the league, which is why he is at number 12. Next we have Jacob in the Carvanhas. His team is actually extremely good. The whole reason he is ranked number 11 is he has a huge electric fighting weakness. If you brought just one Pokemon with electric ground, and electric fighting and ground, you are special effective against 11 of his 12 Pokemon, and that's accounting Electros's not weak to anything. The whole reason I put him ahead of Zell is because Mega Medicham is one of the best Pokemon in the game. That's the whole reason he's number 11. I would have put him at 12, but Mega Medicham makes your team automatically not at the bottom. Next we have Mallory in the San Francisco Flareons. Her team is the same as Zach's. Again, it's a very good and solid team. It's just stacked up against the rest of the league. It doesn't, stack up against all the other teams. But as a whole, it's not that bad. I mean, Raikou is one of the best Volt Switchers in the game. Mega Charizard X, extremely good sweeper. Mega Latias is a really good defensive Pokemon. Hydreigon's another switcher. So with Raikou and Hydreigon, you're getting a good U-turn Volt Switch Vortex going on. Blastoise is a really good bulky water plus rapid spinner. So there's some good stuff on this team. It just compared to the other stuff, it doesn't add up. Next is Steve in the Charizards. Steve's team on paper is really good, but it just has kind of bad synergy. It is a Sun team because he's gonna bring Charizard Y almost every week, since it's his Mega. And then he has two bulky waters, which don't make much sense. But then he does have a good Sun core going with Lilligant and Venusaur and Houndoom. Gengar is also a really good pick. Frostlass, again, is kind of odd on a Sun team, just because you're already weak to fire, and now you're doubling the fire. And then with your bulky waters, their scolds are getting cut in half. So it's an extremely good team. It's just the synergy wise, it is odd. Next is Tyler and the Blastoise. He has a really solid team, a lot of good offensive threats and defensive threats. Skarmory is a really hard Pokemon to take down. Mew has tons of potential. It can learn literally anything you need it to. Magneton is a good switcher. I believe Archeops does get U-turn, so that's a switch vortex he could get going. Mega Blastoise is a good bulky Mega. Serperior is one of the best threats in the game. A lot of Pokemon don't enjoy taking even a +2 Leaf Storm with that base 95 special attack. So that's really all I gotta say about Tyler's team. Next is Megan's team. Her team has a nice hack score going with Togekiss and Jirachi, both having Serene Grace. Mega Ampharos is a very underrated Pokemon. Haxorus does tons of work. Keldeo, we all know what that can do. Celebi is not that great of a Pokemon, but in League format, I think it's better than it is in UU. Golbat and Spiritomb are both really good bulky Pokemon. Same with Claydol. Buffalant and Pyroar can put in a decent amount of damage if they have let's say a Life Orb or a Scarf, or choice item of some sort. Next we have Richard's team. His team is extremely solid. It does have a lot of common weaknesses, but it has a lot of Pokemon that they have good Pokemon that cover that weakness. Like there's a decent grass weakness, and Blaziken Articuno will take care of any grass type that he faces. There's a good, solid ice weakness. Again, Blaziken can take care of it. There's a small electric weakness throughout the team. Swampert can easily take care of that. So there are some common weaknesses, but his team is built to overcome it. Next we have Noah and the Seattle Squirts. His team is extremely offensive with a couple defensive Pokemon. It's very threatening. The way I see his team is it's a 50-50 for you to go against it every week. You basically just have to predict the right 6 Pokemon that he brings. And if you don't, you're going to get destroyed. And if you you'll win. So that's how I view his team. Again, it's extremely offensive. Latios, Heatran, one of the best Pokemon in OU. Mega Pidgeot is not that bad in League format. Entei, Gyarados are great sweepers. Heracross with a Scarf can put in a lot of work. Hoopa as an RU pick is extremely good offensive Pokemon. Exploud with Boom Burst is an extremely good Pokemon. So there's some good stuff on this team, and I think it can go pretty far. Next is Moira and the Ninetales. Her first 6 are extremely good with Kyurem, Mega Venusaur, Scizor, Suicune, and Fernape and Umbreon. Her bottom 6 aren't that the best, but that's because she was one of the 4 teams that came after the draft and just had to pick up scraps. So that's why the bottom 6 aren't that great. But she does have potential to run a Sun team if she wishes, with Ninetales and Vileplume and Fernape and Venusaur. So that is an option if she decides to run it. Next is my team. With the rain, my team is extremely threatening, but it doesn't need the rain to be threatening, which is why I kind of put it over the Seattle Squirts. With the balance on my team, it is kind of a guess of what I'm going to bring, the rain or not, stuff like that. But you could also, because all my Pokemon are very versatile and balanced, you could guess like the right Pokemon, but then also guess the wrong sets. I could bring Kritra 1 week, or I could bring Dragon Dance, I could bring Swift Swim. There's options with that. Same with Tornadus and Thundurus. I could bring the rain, I could not. I could bring physical variants of those two. I could bring offensive Donphan or defensive Donphan. Registeel can be either sort of defensive variant it wants, special or defensive. Gorbis, I have the potential to Smash Pass into whatever I choose. So overall the team is pretty threatening. Next is Nate and the Port Huron Pidgeots. This team is extremely good from the first pick to the last pick. Manaphy, Tail Glow, almost nothing in the league wants to take that or go up against it. Ferrothorn is one of the best defensive Pokemon in the game with only one weakness. Talonflame with that priority Brave Bird is a huge threat. Baby Kyurem as a UU pick is extremely good. Mega Beedrill has had some success in other leagues and has performed well. Reluniclus is a great Pokemon. Great Calm Mind Setter. Jolteon has been good, valuable Pokemon in every team I've seen it been on. Virizion, I've seen good stuff with that Pokemon. Jellicent is a good bulky water and a good value pick at RU. Regigigas is something I wanted, but Nate snatched it from me. But I think as an NU pick, it's extremely good, and I don't think it belongs in NU at all. Scyther, it's as an NU pick is pretty good. And then Lantern gets an immunity of either Volt Absorb or Water Absorb, so that is extremely good. And then finally, we have the Magic Mikes, which is probably the best draft in draft history. Getting Landorus T, Clefable, Alakazam are some of the best Pokemon in OU. Mega Aggron is an extremely good Pokemon. It's one of the best defensive walls in the game. Vaporeon's a really good wall. It being able to wish. It can set up status around the team with Scalds and Toxic. Goodra is one of the best Pokemon in the game. It's an extremely good special wall. Plus it gets Dragon Stab and it gets a really good move pool. Sneasel is not that bad of a pick. It is a discount Weavile, but you're also getting it as an RU pick. Scrafty is a really good sweeper if you can get it off. Delphox is a really good Pokemon. I think it's underrated. Leafeon is a really good Pokemon, especially as an RU pick. Raichu is a really good RU pick. And then Ditto. Not only do you have to prepare for the other, 11 great Pokemon that she has, but also you have to prepare for the 6 Pokemon that you bring too. So that is also a scary thing that you have to look at on this team. I will show you the schedule real quick. These numbers are just the power ranking that I gave them. Just to give you the little rundown of it. The schedule has, not the schedule, but our video posting has slightly changed. So every Friday, I will post a team builder of my team and like my thought process behind it. And then I'll post a video like this that won't be as long explaining stuff, but that will be a thing. Saturday and Sunday will be our videos. The first Saturday will be these 3 video battles, and then the Sunday will be the other 3, and that will be like so on. So the first 3 will be the Saturday videos, and then the bottom will be the Sunday battles. Thursday, I think I'm gonna do a small little series of me just going over a Pokemon, explaining why it should have been drafted, and then Zach said he might do a small little series if he gets time to. That will be sometime between Monday and Thursday. So there's some content coming. That will be 5 videos between Thursday and Sunday, and then maybe something between Monday and Wednesday. So hopefully you guys enjoy. This helps you out, and take it easy.